and welcome back to my Thursday Free!
Leila the pet vet, she's here to give you some animal facts, bringing you on animal adventures. So get ready for animal fun with Leila the pet vet.
Okay, let's start with last week's hint for this animal. This animal has a white or golden patch on its chest. This patch is to represent the sun. Sun, beautiful sun, we move around you slowly 'cause you're the only one. Shout out to Bubble Guppies! Yeah! Okay, let's get back to the animal. I'll give you your 3 beats. Animal name. 1, 2, 3. The name of this animal is the sun bear. And guess what? It's like the tiniest bear in the world. And I'm taller than a bear. And I'm as tall as a panda too. Fact number 1. I pretty much already told you it, but the sun bear is the smallest in the bear family, and you can find it in Southeast Asia. And it's an omnivore, because all bears are omnivores. Sun bears eat nuts, berries, small birds, rodents, and lizards. I pretty much say if I was a sun bear, I would puke. What? It's such a disgusting diet. Fact number 2. The nocturnal sun bear. It's also called a honey bear because they stick out their long tongues to get honey out of beehives. I love honey. Fact number 3. Sun bears live in remote areas and they are very shy. Remote means that they live away from everything. The people, other animals. So it's pretty hard to collect data on them. Here's the really hard part about this fact. Sun bears are listed as vulnerable. The reason of that is because of habitat loss and because farmers kill them for eating their crops. I mean, they're just trying to find food. They are plant eaters. And some really mean people kill mama sun bears and take away their cubs and raise them up as pets, which that isn't very nice because you're still dealing with a wild animal. I think I'm about to cry. That would be horrible for us and our mothers. So please, if any of you mean people are killing sun bears, please stop, or I'm going to try to at least find a way to help them. And you'll be sorry. Let's move on to animal number 2. This animal is pretty good at protecting itself. It is the small, the spiky porcupine. And did you know that its Latin name means quill pig? Sorry, porcupine. I'm so sorry. It's just funny, yeah. Let's keep going. Fact number 1. There are more than 24 porcupine species. Hallelujah, porcupines! All of the porcupines have quills, and some of them can grow up to a foot long. That's longer than my foot. Fact number 2. If you think porcupines can shoot their quills, you have heard a complete flat lie. It is a fib. Porcupines can't shoot their quills. Not predators, though they do detach easily. And they will grow back like our hair. Beautiful hair. Fact number 3. Female porcupines have 1 to 4 babies, depending on the species. When baby porcupines are born, they have very soft quills, like a pillow. But after a few days, ouch! They harden, and you'll get punctured on your finger. And by the time they are 2 months old, they are ready to live on their own. Grunt, 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 away. Those were my 3 facts for the porcupine. Now let's move on to something more beautiful and graceful and delicate. See my clips? They are the one, the only poisonous monarch butterfly. Flutter, flutter, flutter. Number 1, butterflies have 4 lives. They grow in an egg, then they hatch to be a larvae, then they go into caterpillar stage. And then after they break through the chrysalis, they become a beautiful, delicate butterfly. Number 2, the monarch larvae almost exclusively eat milkweed plants. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see me post that the World Wildlife Fund is trying to increase monarch butterfly populations by telling people to plant more milkweed. So please, if all you viewers out there, please try to find some milkweed, buy it, and plant it to save the monarch butterfly. Fact number 3, the North American monarch butterfly does something incredible. They migrate from California all the way to Mexico, which is like 3,000 miles. 3,000. Over oceans, cross lands, trying not to get eaten or squished. Those were my 3 facts for this week. Here's your hint for next week. One of my fans asked me to do a series of Amazon animals. And so here's the Amazon animal I'm doing next week. This animal people think can walk or run on water, which has resulted to a very, very interesting nickname. Okay guys, I hope you liked this video. Please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Bye!